Oh, no, he did.
Girl, yes, he did.
Welcome back, y'all, to the podcast. Oh, no, girl, yes. We so appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share, tell a friend, join Patreon. You know the usual. We are always excited to record every week because we never know what we're going to talk about. So this week, when we were talking about what could we talk about, we were talking about post-pandemic plans. And we're not saying the pandemic is over, even though we do be saying that. We're not saying that. That's not on us to say. That's on Dr. Fauci, them, and the CDC. But y'all know the pandemic over. And so we were talking about how the pandemic caused us to process life differently. Everybody, whether you wanted to or not, it was just a different way to look at your own life, your own way that you have been spending time and energy, people you have been spending time and energy with. I look very, very conservative today.
You do.
For the people that can see us. I know. This is actually a sheer shirt. It's like I'm looking at it now. It don't seem sexy. But anyway. But that's one of the things that is on my list is to, in post-pandemic world, something I was going to do when I left my job right at the beginning of the pandemic was to explore myself more. Enjoy myself more. There's a lot of things I couldn't do by being a television news anchor because I had to look a certain way, I had to be presented in a certain way, I had to have a certain reputation, my online persona had to match a certain thing. And I think I got a chance to play with it a little bit during the pandemic. I did a lot of videos about race and racism and privilege. And so that was a departure from what people had known me for. And then I somewhere got stalled out. So when we're talking about our post-pandemic plans, we're going to go through our little list that we have not discussed with each other. So it's not a full, real list. It's just what things we're looking at doing differently or more of or less of now that we're trying to go back to life. We realize life is short. Chris Rock had a joke. It says, life is long when you're making the wrong decisions. Life is real long when you make the right stuff. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. And of course, some of that will involve our dating plans and relationship plans. But I will start again. My hairstyle today is something I've never done before. You give me a lot of permission to play with my hair. And I just, for some reason, have never been very adventurous with hair. I've always had hair or kept it really short, but I don't have a hair struggle story. And a lot of people do. I know my sister's, got a Jerry curl when she was young and took out, so she has a hair struggle story. And a lot of people have hair struggle stories through their life. The only hair struggle I've ever had was when I get stressed out, my hair falls out. So when I was in college, I found out my boyfriend, he told me a secret. That ain't even the point of this particular episode. He told me a secret he had been keeping from me. I just had this memory. And the secret was we had been dating for some months, for a little bit. And he would always say, we were to the point where we were saying, I love you, but we in college. So, and he would always say, I just hope that, you still love me when you find out everything about me. And as you learn more about me, I just hope you, and I'd be like, why do you keep saying that? Just tell me what it is you think I ain't gonna love about you. Well, he eventually told me he had 2 kids. When we met, he told me he didn't have any kids. And it wasn't just that he had 2 kids. They were kind of close in age and they was about 2 different people. So now I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, ghetto twins.
Ghetto twins. He was from New York. I was from Alabama. We met in college in Alabama. And I'm like, what? And keep in mind, when we were in college, at least when I was in college and teenagers, it still was a big deal for somebody to have a kid.
Let alone 2.
And so anyway, so he finally tells me, I'm crying. I'm devastated. I go to class the next day, and I used to wear a baseball cap all the time to class, to the back. Okay, I have pictures. I thought that was cute. And I was sitting in class, and my head just started itching real bad. And so my hat is on my head, but I'm like kind of scratching my head through my hat. And so I go in the bathroom and take the hat off, and there's like a 50-cent piece bald spot in the top of my head. Like just
this was the next day?
The next day. Clean spot of like no hair in the top of my head. So when my head is itching and I go and I'm scratching it, I'm like, why is my head itching like this? So I go in the bathroom, take my hat off, and it's this clean bald spot in the top of my head. I call my mama crying, Mama, my hair fell out. So anyway, my hair did fall out in a 50-cent size piece at the top of my head. And the way I got it to grow back is I had to go to the dermatologist and get cortisone shots in my bald spot. And I've actually had to do that twice. That's my only hair struggle. So I don't do stress. Like if something starts stressing me out, and that probably keeps me out of certain relationship situations because I'm like, I don't want my hair to fall out. It don't just fall out like shed. I'm saying we get to the scalp quick.
This story took a turn.
It took a turn. That wasn't even what I was supposed to be talking about. So being more adventurous with my hair. Your turn. Listen, I was trying to talk about something else. And then I'm like, wait a minute. I just remembered. Can I finish that story since it wasn't about that? So yes, he was cheating.
Talking about the story with the guy with the baby.
The guy, yes, he was cheating on me. I may have mentioned him before. Yes, he was cheated on me, and now he is a baseball coach. And what's ironic is that the place where he coaches has my actual first name in the name of his school and university. So that's kind of the karma of it, is that he has my name on his work jerseys.
He has to think about you every day when he
every single day. Every single day. That's what I feel is called karma.
Oh,
so that's first one on my list. Play with my hair more. Okay, what you got?
Play with your hair more. Okay, so my first is for my PPP, post-pandemic plan.
Okay.
Let's say, it's obvious. Travel.
Yeah.
Travel.
But you were doing that pre-pandemic. Are we just talking about stuff we want to go back to, or stuff we want to do differently?
Yeah, well, I want to do more because I realized that, I don't have, to have it all shut down and not be able to do certain things makes me want to do it even more than
do more of
it. Because I kind of slowed down. I mean, but yeah, I'm back on it now. So, so that's my top.
Okay.
Travel.
I will piggyback on that. I don't enjoy travel as much, which is not really even true to say. I do enjoy travel. I just don't process it as something I do regularly on purpose. Generally, and it's not just travel. Just when I go out, I'm used to going out because I'm working. And I tend to not go out if I don't have a purpose. And I want to get out of that. I want to figure out how to go out with no purpose. And maybe not even call it that. What do you call it? I shouldn't say go out with no purpose, because the purpose is to go out and have a good time, right? So go out, period. That was painful to say. And I'm not being paid to be there. There's no program that I'm on. But because usually pre-pandemic, if I was going somewhere, I was working, I was on the program. And so I haven't shifted my brain to the fact that, I can just go places and I don't have to be on the agenda. I can just go. Yeah. I don't naturally do that. And the same thing with travel. I used to travel a lot for work. I don't have it in my mind. Just go somewhere just to go. Yeah. So yes, that's high on my list. Go out more, travel more, just because.
Okay, another one on my list, and I've kind of failed at this in recent weeks, but I don't know if you remember at one point I was like putting on makeup all the time, every day. Like I told you, I was like making that a goal. And I think that's just from being cooped up in the house and not having anywhere to go. So basically being more presentable when I do step out. Okay. I don't, I know we had that thing with Monique talking about bonnets, and I don't wear bonnets out, but I do wear wraps a lot. I think I look cute in my wrap.
You do. That's totally different. And I don't even think that's part of that conversation.
Yeah. So, well, she did mention wraps, but wraps are cute to me. But yeah, even with that, if I don't have my hair done and I want to put a wrap on, I may have a bonnet on under the wrap. Who knows? But being more presentable when I step out, trying, being more thoughtful about what I wear. Do I wear? I don't have to wear makeup, but do I have my earrings on? Is my hair cute? Whatever, just being cute when I go out.
We talked about this a little bit this morning when I was telling. So like I said, you will inspire me a lot to try stuff with my hair, because you'll have it pinned up, you have it on a wrap, you do a lot of different things with your hair. And I feel like in my mind, I do a lot with my hair, but ultimately, I guess I really don't. And I realize I told you, there's a lot of basic people out there that just zhuzh up, and now people think they're special. And somehow I market my basicness. I don't know. It's like not that deep. I can be cute if I want to. It's not that deep. So I want to, probably saying zhuzh up more. I do
Yeah.
not tend to care much. Now, I will say, I went to the store today and I felt cute. But if I'm somewhere like another city or when I'm in Atlanta or whatever, I probably look the worst of it because I'm like, well, don't nobody know me here. I'm just running, I don't care.
Yeah, but people know you.
Yeah, but historically, I tend to step out looking horrible.
Yeah, no, and that's why I said. But and just I think this is a part B on that same point. This is not a new thing, but like you talking about doing your hair, I do a lot to my hair, and I decided this summer at least, and I don't know if it's a post-pandemic thing or not, to not do anything to my hair, to wear my hair in its natural state, coiled up and shrunken, and because my hair really loves to be like this. So sometimes it doesn't like to be stretched out and all that kind of stuff. So that's part B of that.
Yeah, but if it's cute, it's like,
yeah, I don't mind. It's just I get bored with it so easily. So you
will take some time in a day and do some mask on your hair. I mean, you be doing a lot, and I'd be like, man. And I always think it's so great and wonderful, and then I don't do nothing to mine. And I'm like, I might take pictures of how many more gray hairs I have, but I just thought, you know what? Somebody told me many years ago when I first went natural, and I didn't even know what it meant. They said, but see, you have edges. And I didn't even know what that meant. So I have edges. So
show your edges off.
So I should show my edges off.
Back and pull it up.
I didn't even know that was a thing. So, okay.
All right.
Next on my list, I would like to, I historically play myself small, and most people wouldn't believe that because of what they consume or what I have packaged and let people have. I want to stop playing small. Part of me leaving my job was to try to experience myself on a different scale. And then again, the world ended. So it's kind of like I regressed probably further back than when I was at the job. So I do want to propel myself mentally into a greater atmosphere, but that's just a mind game, right? So that's one of my personal limiting beliefs, is that I'm not that special, but it's not like a low self-esteem feeling. It's a everybody's special feeling. So I need to kind of get out of that thought of, well, I'm not that special because everybody's special. I need to say, yeah, you're that special, not meaning better or worse than anybody, but just I am that special and being in that space, whatever that comes with, right? So then that would come with zhuzhing and hair, I just want to live on a scale that I actually do see in my mind that for whatever reason I don't express it outwardly. I must see it in my mind because I told y'all me and the son are first cousins, so it's not like I have low self-esteem.
I think you told the Patreons that. I don't know if you told.
Oh, okay, y'all. So when I be talking about how I be lonely or ain't nobody asking me on dates or ain't got no man, I said, but ain't nobody taking the son on dates, and me and the son are like the same thing. And I remember when I called and told you that, you said, I bet you really did have that conversation. I really did have that conversation of the sun you can't even look at it for too long. Ain't nobody building no spaceship to go hang out on the sun. The sun is doing its own thing, and we cousins. So I know it's not a low self-esteem reason why I am basic. I think it's almost like anybody can do anything, so I don't have to, and why would I? So I want to get out of that. Maybe that's just lazy too. That might just be laziness. I don't know.
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
Okay, so next on my list is my approach when it comes to relationships and dating.
Okay.
So, and I was talking to you about this offline. I think, when the pandemic happened, it showed us that life is short, right? A lot of people lost their lives. A lot of people, forever been changed because of the pandemic. And because of that, I think it had an opposite effect on me maybe than some people. Some people saw it as an opportunity to say, you know what, I'm going to go get married. I'm going to have children. I'm going to do those things. But in my mind, it's just like, I don't want to waste my time giving energy to anything that doesn't benefit me. And that's especially in the dating world. I just don't want to do it anymore.
It ain't fun.
Yeah. And I say this, and I know we talk about how we are quick to run away anyway, but it's still a different energy. I have not had my feelings hurt by a man. Hurt. No, maybe not.
I was gonna say, yes, you have.
It's probably been a few months.
I was gonna say, oh,
yeah, I haven't.
And look, I'm not pretty saying you did get your feelings hurt, remember?
Yeah, I had my feelings hurt, but I think it's like not a feelings hurt where
that was a situational feelings hurt.
Yeah, it was a situational where I'm still kind of in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like a feelings hurt where I had to cut off communication with this person and do all this. That's what I mean when I say my feelings hurt. Yeah, feelings gonna get hurt regardless. But I haven't had to cut off anybody or anything because I don't have an attachment to anything right now.
Right.
So and I'm in a good space for it because of that.
Now see, I'm yay on that. And then on my list, the nay of I have no interest in any kind of surface interactions, particularly in dating. I don't want false intimacies, GM, good morning, beautiful. I don't want nothing that is not a genuine, intentional interaction with a man at this point in my life. And that is because I am craving a relationship. And I don't want just like a relationship. I want us to be in that thing. I want it to be passionate. I want our fights to be passionate. I want our making up to be passionate. I want our commitment to be based in passion and true. I don't want nothing surface. I just want nothing surface. And what's unfortunate about where I am and what I feel is most men only feel safe on the surface. And so when you're trying to date somebody and you start having some deeper conversations and more vulnerable moments, they tend to disappear. That's me looking for them. After you're like, wait, okay, we going deep. And I'm like, yes, that's what I want. Let's trust each other. Let's be the safe place for each other to land. And then they totally evaporate because they feel unsafe. But for me, I feel like that's a safe place because this isn't surface. That means there's a connection, there's an attachment. And they feel like, wait, I'm going somewhere I don't usually go. Let me go back so I can feel comfortable again. So I want to maintain my desire to go deep and not let past situations or the climate of men in dating make me go back surface. I don't want to go back and be like, oh, well, I'm just going to, I don't want to do that. I really don't.
Yeah.
I've done that, been there, done that. And I just think I deserve and crave something deeper now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what's next for me. I talk about professional stuff. I just want to be a beast.
That's all. That's all.
Honestly,
I just want to murk everything and everybody. That's all.
There is a process that's what I need to do. Commit more to the process. Because I see the end goal for all the things I have going on. I see where I want it to be, but I have not taken the time or as much time as I need to the process, to commit to the process of all the things I have going on professionally. So, because it's not going to happen overnight,
Right. Them troops ain't gonna leave. They did not leave Iraq the next day. The troops didn't leave Iraq, and that's something that we need to know. I probably should get a shirt. That should probably be one of our new shirts.
The troops did not leave.
Because as upset as that made me, that particular man said that to me in that context, that is true. Right? So I can say I'm gonna be a better communicator. That does not mean I'm gonna be a better communicator tomorrow. Right? So it is a process. And I think all of us, when you mention the word process and trusting it and being more committed and intentional about it, 1,000% on my list. Because again, this is where we come back to limiting thoughts. I think all of us have this version of ourselves that I sent you a video about it. If I kept up a skincare routine and start saving my money and start drinking more water and start praying and meditating every day, y'all wouldn't even be able to do that with, and we know all the stuff we need to do to be that version of ourselves. And then we don't do that.
It's one step at a time.
They got a pineapple mango situation at Wendy's.
Right.
And so as I drink this cup of sugar, I think that was not in my plan today. It was Monday. I like to start over fresh on Monday.
But that's the thing. You have to, when it comes to doing things by, committing to a process, it's almost like a one step at a time thing where you have to, make those, you can't really, you're not going to flip on and off.
Right.
The Iraq thing. But picking one thing and saying this, I'm going to stick to this for a week or a day.
However long it is. About holding yourself to the higher standard.
Right. And it's a truly post-pandemic thought for me, because during the pandemic, I gave myself leeway to not do.
We just trying not to die. Eat it.
Yeah. If I survive another day, I'm doing great. I don't have to work out. Yeah. I don't have to drink water. I don't have to eat well.
Yeah. If I don't
now that we're out, it's like you don't really, you do.
You come out and now you see that you are a complete box. Like my dog food gets delivered in a big old box. And I was looking at it the other day and I was like, Mama? Papa? It looked like I'm the box is baby. Mm-hmm. And so it's one of those things where, you're like, okay, if I could trust the process, stay disciplined. And not only that, to tie back into relationships, because I'm not in a relationship and I'm being challenged by men that I'm dating. And when I say challenged, I hate them. Okay. But anyway, I can have an appreciation for, and I've said this to you, a man is not going to do better until he holds himself to a higher standard. And hopefully my dream is that any man that has asked any woman to marry him, hopefully, we know it's not true, but hopefully any man who says, I'm going to ask this woman for her hand in marriage, he has committed to himself to hold himself to a higher standard. A woman cannot tell a man, you should hold yourself to the standard or you should hold yourself to my standard. It has to be this man wakes up one day and says, you know what? I want to require more of myself in a relationship. I want to offer more of myself in a relationship. I want to have more discipline for myself in a relationship. Ain't nobody going to tell me to lose weight. Ain't nobody going to tell me to exercise. It's going to have to snap for me that I hold myself to a higher standard. And so because of that, it lets me know I probably won't have any interactions with men for a while, only because they would have to come to me because they have decided to hold themselves to a standard that I've been holding people to that they ain't committed themselves to on their own, free and independent of me. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. And it's almost empowering too. Yeah. To say, you know what, if a man has done his work and he feels like he can offer a woman like me something and not be afraid or not feel intimidated or not feel like I want Jesus to be my man, then okay, let's have a conversation. But so it's the same thing. I have to commit to working out. I have to commit to consuming things, food, liquids, entertainment, information, all that is going to feed my soul and spirit and body to look the way I know I could look if I tried. Mm-hmm. You know, you see people look the way they look when they try.
Right.
But all you did was try? Oh, okay. I think about Deja, and we've done some of her challenges. You've won some challenges and you follow her. Her body looks amazing. But even beyond that, I don't look at her young 20-something-year-old body as a goal of mine. But I do think, you know what, I could do the work to look intentional. You could tell she looks like that because she's serious about looking like that. Yeah. I'm like, I can look like how I want to look if I was intentional. And it doesn't. Serena Williams is not a small woman, but she looks intentional in her body. Mm-hmm. And that's what I want to look. I want to look intentional. So not necessarily small, but intentional. Like, oh, okay. If I'm coming in as an Amazon in my,
you know how your body's built anyway. So you know how you're going to look when you're in shape.
I want to look like how I would look on purpose.
And she mentioned Deja. Her name is Dejanay Simone on Instagram. You check her out.
Yes, follow her. She has online challenges that are great.
She does. Yeah, she's whipped me into shape a couple of times. I need to go back to her because I've been traveling and doing all my own thing. And I need to get back in some rhythm. So shout out to Dave.
You will commit. You do commit. I will say that.
When I commit. So I need to recommit. So
I just don't be committing.
I'm gonna holler at you, girl.
It's horrible. Yeah, if y'all go train with her, tell her we send him, and then maybe she'll say an extra prayer for my butt and my ass. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna do another challenge with her. I be on my own house cussing out somebody online.
Even if you follow her, she puts out different things daily that you can try and stuff like that. So,
but that's the thing. She's disciplined, and she looks disciplined. Yeah. And I would like to look disciplined in my own body.
Right. Yeah. Whatever that discipline looks like for you. Yeah. And it's not just a physical thing either. Mm-hmm. You know. Right. But hers is a physical thing. Obviously, we know she's disciplined in that area. But when we approach life, you know, discipline runs the gamut, you know.
Oh, and you can just see somebody, her aura and their vibe and their energy. And it's from their wardrobe, it's from their cadence of the way they speak, it's their energy, it's the way they walk, and their posture, it's everything where you're like, this is how they trying to be. Like, this is what they woke up to do today. And sometimes I have seen women be so exactly how they meant it to be. One of the compliments I would give a woman when I see her come in and I'm like, oh, this went just exactly the way I'm like, this is doing everything you meant for it to do today. This right here. However, whatever you thought you was going to try to do when you left your house, I want you to know you were successful because I have received this. Whatever this is you're doing. I took my mom, when I went through one of my last breakups, I become a superhero. And I took my mom to the museum and I dressed up. And some young girl, when we were leaving, said, oh, your outfit is so cute. I said, thank you. And that was your purpose for the day. For somebody to say I was cute today and thank you for playing your role in my story. Thank you for that. So I want to do more. I do it usually after a breakup. I want to maintain my leveling up.
Right.
Yeah. Trying to see what else. I want to say, I feel like business-wise. Yeah, business-wise, I want to promote myself more business-wise. I have 3 books out that I rarely promote. I haven't tried to get them into any stores. Content creation, I hate the terminology, so I probably don't call myself a content creator, but I want to be more focused and intentional about that. Obviously, the podcast is kind of easy to, sometimes I think about how regular and committed we have been disciplined to this. You know, it's so many people start podcasts and then just don't keep going. So yay us, season 3, yay us. Okay. And we'll have that much more content to add once we, because we said the pandemic. So once we get back out there and get back in the mood and sometimes
I might get on a day nap this weekend. I don't know. This is what
I was about to say. I was about to say, maybe we should give ourselves a challenge. I'm not going to get no dating nap. I'm not against dating apps. I'm just not going to get on one. But I was telling you, I was thinking about sending somebody a message that I don't know on Facebook that I noticed kind of watches my stories. And I just thought, what if I just sent him a message? Mm-hmm. That'd be about it. That's as far as I can go with that. I have no interest in talking to anybody new to aggravate me. I feel like I'm in a space right now with men that I'm to the point where I'm like, oh, here he comes. So if somebody ain't coming up on the first of all, when I say first date, ask me on a date. And if you ain't proposing on that night, I ain't got time. You done? I ain't got time. I ain't gonna be talking to this man all day.
I'll be.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm too grown for that. You know what you want. I'm scared. You're everything I ever wanted, so I'm scared. Man, we scared too.
We don't buy that. We don't buy into that.
Anyway, y'all get a list, your post-pandemic list together. Let's hold ourselves accountable. I really am curious about who I could be if I allow myself to be her.
Exactly.
The new hair, moments like this inspires me, right? It's like, well, I've never done that and I feel good and it's positive. So what if I did more things I've never done? And would that feel good and positive? So it's a start. Glue a ponytail on your head, ladies. You never know. That will wake up something in you.
Y'all share with us some of your post-pandemic plans, goals, etc. And put them in the comments, please.
Put them in the comments. Might give us some ideas for some more things we can add to our list. But we will hold each other accountable and the community accountable. How about that? And root you on, cheer you on. All right, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't forget Patreon. We talk about things on another level over there. And we have a lot of fun too. Also live events, virtual. And we're going to go back to in-person post-pandemic.
Yes. Oh, we forgot about that. Yeah, that's a plan for us.
That's a plan.
In-person events. We
had our last in-person event on Valentine's Day, which was our anniversary for the photograph last year.
Yeah, that was last year. Yeah.
We had a private screening for some listeners. And so we're going to figure out what's going to be our big welcome back party. We'll figure that out. See there? New thing on the list, just like that. Trying to say goodbye and got a whole new thing on the list. So y'all stay tuned for that. In the meantime, No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I didn't know what it was.
I know.
Yes, he did, girl. Yes, he did.
I lost myself. We'll see y'all next time.